let's talk about copying other people's work. Because copying isn't a bad thing necessarily, but there are rules you must follow if you don't want to be a dick. I want to talk about geometric art in particular because this is what I do. This is what I'm always doing. This is my discipline, my practice. It's what I do. I even teach people how to copy my own original patterns and all kinds of patterns from history. I do all that in the Geometers Circle if you want to follow along to some of my tutorials. But anyway, there's something I've seen with a lot of mandala artists on the internet. They'll post their artwork in public space, the internet. Then they'll slap the words "do not copy" in big caps on the actual photo itself, or it'll be in the caption somewhere, "original art, do not copy." I mean, yeah, you did come up with the pattern. You did draw it yourself. It is your creation. But at the end of the day, it's just a pattern. Imagine you went to a mosque full of intricate geometric patterns adorning every wall. Then there was a sign in front of each pattern, "do not copy." You're telling me, if I see a pattern I like, I can't draw it myself? All of the mosques around the world are copying each other. All of the cathedrals around the world are copying each other. And then the people that go in the church take inspiration from the paintings, the ornamental patterns everywhere, the stained glass. And if you're just starting out, if you're just learning and you want to be like the people that created all of that beautiful art, then copying is a great way to start. You'll learn more by copying than by experimenting, I think. I think they're both important. Copying other people's work, especially when it's geometric, gives you a better understanding of why that pattern works. What is the structure behind that pattern? And with that understanding, you can create your own original patterns based on the techniques that you've learned from copying someone else's work, who is probably further down the road that you want to go down. Now, obviously, if you just copy someone's pattern that they clearly spent a long time coming up with, and then you share it without giving any credit, or even worse, you sell it, and you're trying to pass it off as your own and hoping that no one notices, then you got some bad karma coming your way. Even if you get away with it, even if you make a bunch of money from it and gain a lot of recognition, something bad is going to happen to you down the line. That's just the way it works. But what about if you're just copying a geometric pattern that has no originality? There's nothing that makes it unique or instantly recognizable as a certain artist's work. It's literally just a pattern that can be made by anyone by following a formula, like the Sri Yantra or Metatron's cube. Then that pattern, if it hasn't been embellished in any way, and it's totally possible for you to create it step by step just by copying it, then the pattern doesn't actually belong to anyone, in my opinion. It's a discovery. Someone has just discovered that pattern. It was always there. It's like finding a new species of frog in the Amazon, and then you claim it as your own creation. You didn't actually do anything besides the hard work that it takes to locate the frog and find the right path. You might have had to solve a lot of problems along the way, but the frog was always there, and it would have been there for anyone else to discover if you weren't the first person to find it. So I think that if you find a pattern you want to copy in a book or on the internet or whatever, then you need to decide based on the pattern you've found whether it's right or wrong to copy it. But I don't think it's ever a bad thing to copy someone else's work. As long as you always give credit to the person that inspired you to make something, then really, I think you're going to get good karma coming your way because you've helped them on their path. Someone might be introduced to them that otherwise wouldn't have found them, and who knows where that would lead for everybody involved. Now that I think about it, it's actually a really good thing to copy other people's work. It's like covers, isn't it? It's like song covers. Sometimes someone will cover like a rock song and show it to an entirely new audience that previously would never have found their work, and then they blow up and benefit from all the new ears on their work. It's the same with any art form, isn't it? By copying, you're doing a cover, and it's so rare that anyone tries to pass off a cover as their own song. Why is it so common in the art world to do that? So yeah, there's nothing wrong with copying anyone else's work. Just don't be a dick about it. Give credit where credit is due. And so what about old work, like where the person that created it is long gone, Renaissance paintings, stuff like that? Well, obviously it's still good to give them credit. It's still good karma. Sometimes it's impossible to give that credit because it's so old that no one knows who actually made it. But in that case, you just give as much information as you can. So this was inspired by a painting found in St. Mark's Basilica in Venice or whatever. Like this, what I'm drawing right here, I'm copying this. This is from a book from 1888 called Gothic Details by F. Roesling. And by copying the work that's in this book, I've picked up a few things that I can apply to my own original designs. So everybody wins. There's nothing wrong. Don't feel bad about copying.